I want to talk about a really passionate topic that um, I've fortunately and unfortunately got a lot of experience on, which is big losses and drawdowns. Um, I think these are one of the most difficult experiences in a trader's life and a trader's career is taking big losses. Um, one trade or over a number of trades and revenge trading and doing a lot of damage to your trading account or your savings even, and taking a big loss, an extremely big one that potentially you've lost a chunk of your savings or the amount that you made over the last month or a year. It can feel very depressing. It can shock you in the moment, or almost. I want to use an example of mine. One of my biggest losses when I was just coming up in my crypto trading career was when I got liquidated on BitMEX for $100,000. I think it was in about 30 seconds or a minute. It was, yeah, literally a very shocking experience, and it took me probably a minute or two to realize like what has actually happened. That money has disappeared from my account, and at that point in time, I think it took me a month to make that, and literally realizing that a whole month of time of work, like working 10, 12 hours a day, is literally gone now, and I have to spend maybe the next month or more to make it back. And in that moment, you can go two ways. And I'm hoping you guys can apply this method on even smaller losses that you take throughout your trading career. You can either go, damn, I wish this didn't happen. I hate myself, or why did you do this again? And just have this negative self-talk about resisting the situation, resisting the event, and being frustrated and going down that path of negativity. Or you could literally look for the opportunity in the situation, in every situation, every event, every experience. There is an opportunity in it if you look for it. And in this situation, for me, it was really tough to flip it around, but I had to, because if I didn't, it was just too depressing to be sitting in that state. So the way I flipped it was just look at the truth, and the truth was simply it happened because it was meant to happen. Nothing ever that happens is not meant to happen, right? So because it's already happened, 100% it's meant to happen. So if it's meant to happen, then let's accept that and let's use it and become a better trader. So I think, well, the only reason why I had such a big loss in one trade and I got liquidated is because I was not good enough in that moment to not let it happen, to prevent that from happening. So if I wasn't good enough as a trader to prevent that from happening, then obviously I need it to happen so that it could teach me something, so that it could teach me to become a better trader, to prevent this from happening again. So then if I turn that around and say, oh, it's actually meant to happen and it's here to teach me something, then I'm actually can think of it in a way that it's beneficial to me and that I'm grateful for it. And then you've turned the whole situation around, and now you're actually grateful for the loss and what it's teaching you. And then now you're in a mode of like searching for the lesson. And obviously the lesson is that somewhere in my behavior or my strategy, I allow this situation to be possible. And I believe no trading strategy, no trading business should really allow your whole account to be liquidated. That's not there's no risk management there. So, and obviously in that specific moment I realized that I was trading a strategy that allowed this to be possible, and from that point onwards I basically removed any possibility in my strategy um, to allow myself to be liquidated, for my whole account to be liquidated. And only from that experience I then became I would say good enough and had the right to manage an account that was seven figures, right? Because if I didn't learn this lesson and I was constantly risking my whole account, then I have no right to be risking to be managing an account that's seven figures. So that was a very key event and a very important mistake to make so that I could become a better trader. So, and I believe everyone can take this approach with every single big loss that you make, and turn and flip it into a positive situation and become a better trader for it. And then because you will be trading much bigger size than you're trading now, any lesson that you learn now that you can apply in the future, you will benefit infinitely from the lesson, compared to the loss that you made just now from the lesson. So that was a really important turning point in my career. That basically since then I haven't had my account completely liquidated again. Um, so that's taking a big loss. Also, in a similar way, a drawdown, right? If we're going through a drawdown, it obviously means that there's something we need to learn, and there is a clear reason why we are having a drawdown, and then obviously we're not good enough yet to prevent this drawdown from happening. So it requires a lot of reflection and looking at our behavior, our trading psychology, and also the strategy, and going deep into the trading psychology, and figuring out, is it the strategy or is it the psychology? And then often we kind of get caught in either one of the or the other. So often I lean towards, it's always my trading psychology and my mindset. But then actually the reality is it's often both. It's the strategy and the mindset. So I think both should be investigated when you're going through a drawdown, and definitely try to isolate after you do that initial reflection. Um, and to, I guess the process to isolate that is, make sure you're trading a strategy that has been backtested and it's actually consistently profitable when you backtest. And then if you are actually trading that strategy, then the next question is, then are you following the strategy perfectly? And if you're not, that means it's usually a trading psychology and mindset problem, and that's when you got to go deep into your trading journey and start understanding your behavior. So yeah, that's really important to understand these 2 points as a trader. And we're all going to experience big losses, and hopefully our winners get bigger and bigger, and our losses will also get bigger and bigger as we scale up. So this is a key skill, maybe even process to apply in our trading. And this is recorded, so feel free to save this and listen to it again when you've experienced a big loss or a drawdown, and apply what I just said. And you feel free to ask questions on Discord and send me a DM, etc. If you're experiencing a drawdown and a loss and you're kind of struggling.